Okay, have you ever looked at a South Asian bride and just wondered how? How does their makeup look so absolutely perfect and stay that way all day long? Well, today we're pulling back the curtain. We're going to deconstruct makeup artist Ozma Khan's signature bridal look, breaking down her pro techniques into a simple step-by-step masterclass you can actually follow. Let's jump in. And just look at this. This is what we're talking about. On the left, you see the model's beautiful, natural skin. And on the right, wow, a radiant, completely flawless, high glamour look that is pure art. This is the stunning transformation we're going to break down so you can see exactly how it's done. So here's our roadmap. We'll start with prepping the canvas, then build that flawless base. After that, we dive into the signature eye look, learn how to sculpt the face, add all those final touches, and then wrap it all up with some core principles every artist should live by. All right, first up, section 1, preparing the perfect canvas. Because you know the real secret to makeup that survives hours of photos, tears, and dancing? It's not actually the makeup. It all starts with the prep work you do before a single drop of foundation is even applied. Ozma Khan's method is a simple 3-step process. First, a hydrating serum. Think of it like a big glass of water for the skin. Just gives it that immediate plumpness. Then, you lock that moisture in with a really good, rich moisturizer. And finally, the game changer, a gel-based, pore-filling primer. This is what creates that super smooth, almost glass-like canvas for the makeup to glide onto. Okay, our canvas is prepped and ready. Now it's time for section 2, building a flawless base. This is where we get into that iconic, high-coverage finish that looks incredible in pictures and, more importantly, lasts all night long. And here's where the artist keeps it real. For this look, she's using a high-coverage stick or handy foundation, and she's totally upfront about it. This stuff takes about double the time to blend out compared to your average liquid foundation. But as she says, the payoff, that insane coverage is absolutely worth the extra 10 minutes of work. But she doesn't stop with just one layer foundation. Oh no. For that ultimate bulletproof finish, she adds a mineral base on top. This is the secret to making the makeup truly last. You actually mix a mineral powder with a little water to make a paste, then you kind of paint it on. The trick is you have to work fast, blending with a damp sponge before it dries and sets in place. It's a race against the clock, but wow, the result is something else. And why is it a race against the clock? Because of this promise right here. Once that mineral base sets, it is locked in. We're talking a truly sweat-proof, tear-proof, life-proof finish that a bride absolutely needs for her big day. It's not going anywhere. Now, here is a pro tip that will save you a world of pain. Trying to blend a creamy concealer on top of that mineral base after it's set? Yeah, good luck with that. So the secret is to do all your concealing and color correcting before you apply that final mineral layer. It's a tiny change in the order of operations that makes a massive difference. Okay, the base is perfected and bulletproof. Let's move on to the main event. Section 3, the signature bridal eye. This is really the heart of the whole look. And the #1 skill you need to master here, you guessed it, blending. You see, for Ozma, blending isn't just a step, it's a whole philosophy. She says, colors don't matter, blending matters. And she's so right. You could have the most gorgeous eyeshadows in the world, but if you have harsh lines, the look just falls apart. It's that seamless, smoky transition from one color to the next that really makes people go, wow. And here's her formula for building that incredible dimension. She starts with a soft, light peach in the crease just to map things out. Then she builds the heat with a vibrant red, deepens that with a rich maroon, and then, for that final punch of drama, she anchors the outer corner with just a touch of black shadow. It's all about layering and blending each color perfectly before moving to the next. Of course, what's a bridal look without some sparkle? But glitter can be tricky, and here's the #1 mistake people make. They apply the glitter glue to both eyes at the same time. You know what happens, right? By the time you get to the second eye, that glue is already half dry and not sticky enough. The fix is so simple, but it's crucial. Just work on one eye at a time. Apply your glue and then immediately press the glitter on while the glue is at its tackiest. Get that eye perfect and then move on to the second one. This little trick ensures you get maximum sparkle with minimum fallout every single time. All right, the eyes are done, they're sparkling, they're amazing. Now it's time for section 4, sculpting and adding color. When you create such a flawless, high-coverage base, you kind of erase the natural shadows of the face. So this step is all about bringing that dimension, shape, and life back in. So you've got two main choices, powder or cream. Powder contour is great for a softer, more natural shadow, perfect for an everyday look. But for this kind of dramatic bridal glam, cream contour is your best friend. It lets you create much stronger, more defined shadows that can literally sculpt and reshape the face for that really high-impact, camera-ready look. We are on the home stretch now. It's time for Section 5, the final touches. This is where we pull everything together, with some beautiful lashes, a perfectly lined lip, and, of course, that unforgettable bridal glow. So let's talk about that glow. The highlighter Osmacon swears by is from Anesthesia, and get this, it costs around 12,000 Pakistani rupees. And I know what you're thinking. That's a lot for a single product. It sounds kind of insane, right? But stick with me, because there's a genius reason behind it. And here it is. This is the brilliant, business-savvy thinking. She doesn't see that highlighter as an expense. She sees it as an investment. Because when a bride sees that incredible, seamless, almost wet-looking glow in the mirror, she becomes a walking advertisement. Asma says that one happy bride will send you 10 more. That one product literally pays for itself 10 times over in referrals. It's absolutely genius. Okay, let's wrap this all up in our final section, core principles for brides. We're going to distill everything we've just learned into a few key takeaways you can start using right away. So, what are the golden rules? First, patience. That flawless face doesn't happen in 2 minutes. Second, blending over everything. Remember, the technique is way more important than the specific colors you pick. Third, invest strategically in those wow factor products. Fourth, obsess over the details. A crisp liner, a perfect lip shape, that's what elevates the look. And finally, her best piece of advice, practice. Do a full look every single day to train your hand and build that muscle memory. And that's it, our deep dive into Asma Khan's signature bridal glam. We've talked about bulletproof bases, the philosophy of blending, and even smart business investments. So I'll just leave you with this one question to think about. Out of everything we covered today, what is the one technique that you are most excited to go and try for yourself?